Just 1 year ago, this teen girl from Sweden was out protesting on her own to get action on climate change. Now, Greta Thunberg is inspiring kids all across the world, and that includes right here in North Texas. Here's WFAA's David Schechter.
We're heading to City Hall to start off the morning for this climate change strike. At this time in the morning, I would be at geometry, so.
Libby Connolly is a sophomore at Pascal High School in Fort Worth. She's skipping school, and her dad's cool with it.
Oh, I have no problem with it at all. I mean, I think this is really important.
What can you accomplish today by walking around with your sign?
We can accomplish that people will be aware of what's going on.
What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
Now!
It's sort of like a group of people are cobbled together from lots of different walks of life. I guess to have 200 people in downtown Fort Worth protesting about climate change, that seems like a lot of people to me.
Actually, a lot of young people here, so it's really awesome.
Save our planet.
Libby's adding one voice to a chorus of climate strikes around the world.
Climate change is up to.
Kids and adults walking out of school or work to protest for climate change action.
Never give up. We will continue.
It's inspired by Greta Thunberg, a 16-year-old activist from Sweden.
Do you think you'd be standing here today if it wasn't for her?
Probably not, because I think she's the main reason that these climate strikes are happening. She's honestly an inspiration. She's really going out there and trying to make an impact and creating these rallies, and it's really amazing because she's so young.
Chances are the kids in your life are much more worried about climate change than you are. In a 2018 Gallup poll, 56% of people older than 55 said they're worried about climate change, compared to 70% of people 18 to 34.
Stop denying the earth is safe.
It will definitely decrease like the standard of living, the quality of life of everyone around us.
And I think that us making a change here is going to bring more people to be aware of this and like actually start to act.
The global protests are timed to draw attention to the UN's Climate Change Summit on Monday in New York. The UN is calling on the nations of the world to honor the landmark Paris Climate Agreement, where they agreed to limit human-caused global warming to 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit by drastically cutting green. Was signed, global CO2 emissions have actually continued to rise, and the United States has withdrawn from the accord.
That the biggest cost is the cost of doing nothing. The biggest cost is the cost of going on, subsidizing fossil fuels, building more and more coal power plants, having less and less capacity to understand that we are really facing a climate emergency.
Just super breathtaking how many people have showed up to this and how many people truly care about our world and our earth and what's happening to it. So it's really amazing.
One voice today among millions around the earth.
The oceans are rising, the glaciers are melting, the planet is changing, and we need to do something about it.